When you're introduced both as a footballer and a prince in the same sentence, it probably raises many eyebrows and turns multiple heads your way. Attracting just that kind of attention has become routine for Faiq Bolkiah, Chonburi FC's winger, who happens to be the royal descendant of the Sultan of Brunei Darussalam, His Majesty Sultan Haji Hassanal Bolkiah. From dubbing him the world's richest footballer to declaring that he had a net worth of an estimated $20 billion, the media narrative has significantly misrepresented the man behind the story. We'll give you his side of the story today, ahead of the 2022 to 2023 Thai League season. Mainstand International made the trip to Chonburi in order to hear from the man himself. Who really is Faiq Bolkiah? What is the story of this aspiring footballer? Find out in this interview.
I grew up abroad, but I was born in LA. Me and my family, we didn't spend much time there. I forgot how long, but it wasn't more than a year, I would say. And we ended up resulting to growing up in England. I think at the time was on my parents' side was more for the education and stuff. So I moved there when I was really young, so I would say about 4, and I've been there since until now, obviously. Can't remember the ages, but I would say like 9, 10. That's just like my locals. It was down the road from my house. So I was there for about a year, 2 years, and then it was still local. I moved to Newbury. It was still like a local club. Just played for fun, was still at school down the road. I was enjoying my football then, like just relax with my friends. We all were enjoying the same team. To be honest, like I used to watch a lot of videos of Brazilian Ronaldo. I feel like I dictate a little bit of my game towards him, the way he plays, the way he's very direct. And I used to watch a lot of videos of him when I was younger, and I always wanted to play like him. So he would be the one that not copy, but like try to implement a lot of things into my game. It would be him, yeah. At the time, for my local teams, I was playing well. Like I would score a lot of goals every game. I forgot the exact story, but we wasn't happy with something that was going on at the club. Reading was not far from me, it was local. So I wanted to make a move there, but at the time I had compensation to Southampton and I was young and it was hard for Reading to pay the compensation at the time. So what happened was I was training and playing at Reading, not officially signed. I was still on contract at Southampton. So obviously me being a bit naive at that age, I didn't know that you can't just jump around while you're on contract at clubs, like I'm like 14, 15, and my mum and dad, they are into sports, but they didn't know too much about football because I'm kind of the first one in the family that, took it at any decent level. So for some reason, I don't know, like the games leading up to it, I wasn't playing well. And we had a game for Reading against Chelsea. And at the time, Chelsea's age group was very, very strong. It was the strongest at the club by far. They won everything. It's the age group with Tammy and Abraham and Fikayo Tomori. And as a young player in England, everyone kind of looked up to the players at Chelsea, because they were like the best. They won every youth tournament. It was just a normal game. I went there. We lost 8-0, 9-0, but it was the best game I played. One of the best games I've ever played in my life. I showed a lot of what I could do, and director at Reading at the time wasn't happy. Because he knew that normally if you play against Chelsea and you play very well against them, they normally bring you in. That's the way because they said they didn't sign a player in that age group for 5 years until me. So that group was like very solidified. There was not many people coming out of that group. I got a call to come in, so I got offered a deal on that weekend. Even at the time, it's not like now where a young player, like they're pushing more youngsters. At the time it was really difficult, but I would have always said yes because the experience I got out there was unbelievable, Funny enough, I did know that I wanted to leave Chelsea because at the time, as I said, it wasn't like now. It was very hard for a young player to go through to first team, and obviously me at a young age, you hear about the things that the loan system at Chelsea, how many players they have on loan. As a young player, I didn't want to get into that sort of, that loan system. So I decided I wanted to leave. I was starting to look at other clubs for the last few months of my time at Chelsea. I did 2-3 trials. I was at West Ham and a few others, which I can't remember. I think Stoke, if that was it. West Ham were interested, but so funny enough, they were interested. I think it was the next week I would have probably signed something from what I can remember. But then I got a phone call and Leicester were interested, and I think I was liking what they were saying to me, and like they had like a plan based out for me throughout the years I was there, and yeah, so obviously I chose that club. Oh, it was amazing, very professional. So I was in the under 23s, whereas when you're at Chelsea, you're quite. The first team has one side section, and the youth team and the under 23s are in the other section, whereas Leicester was kind of like all mixed in together, you know. So it was kind of the first time that I was involved in that environment of like seeing all the players, you know, that play on the weekends for the main team, and yeah. So at the time it was really good. Things didn't go 100% as planned when I was there, but obviously I took some positives from it for sure. I was there quite a while. I had I would say about 3 or 4 offers after Leicester. From bigger clubs in Maritimo, La Liga clubs, but I can't name the club. But what they were talking is they wanted me to go on loan to like the second division and things like that. And at the time, my head was still like, I want to play, you know, I want to play at the highest level I can, and I wasn't too keen on going on loan. So Maritimo said to me, listen, you come here, you'll play. So obviously I said, listen, I just want to I want to be here for a year. The main thing for me is to play. I don't care about anything else. Obviously that didn't happen, and definitely regret that moving there, but I guess it made me stronger, and I just stuck at it, you know. I kept my head up no matter what it was. I wouldn't say I was enjoying my football much as I wasn't playing, but I kept strong, you know. I worked hard every day, and I said to myself that, listen, like keep training hard, you get your chance, and I just kept my head down, you know. So, yeah, it's tough, and it's definitely tough, and I feel like there was a lot of politics to do with as well why Maritimo did want me. I didn't feel like they were being fully honest, and but that's a different story, and it's in the past. But definitely made me stronger, definitely made me work harder and keep my head down, and that didn't change for sure. But yeah, I definitely made the right decision to leave. I had I think it was another 2 years left of my contract. They changed presidents at the time in Maritimo, so I went in there and they understood my situation and they let me go. So I'm grateful for that, because I did have another 2 years, and it wouldn't have done me or the club any good for me to be there any longer, you know. Obviously that wasn't in the plans. I never had in my head to come to Asia. So I sat down with my agents and my advisors and my family members, and I just said to them, listen, like there were still other offers, and I said I can't risk going to another club, them signing me for reasons outside of football, and not play and waste another year or 2 years of my career. I said, I can't do that. I said, I need to think this through. So there was offers, but I just said, listen, I want to play. That's the main thing. I said, I don't care about anything else. I said, I just want to play week in, week out, and show people how I can play, you know, because no one's seen me play. I haven't played for so long. And everyone agreed, so my agent came to me with an offer from Chonburi. I know a little bit about the Thai league, to be honest. I do have friends playing here, 3 or 4 friends playing here, so I do know a little bit about it. Yeah, so that was kind of the main reason why I came, was to get game time and show everyone that what I can do on the pitch, you know. Firstly, I'm really grateful for Chonburi to give me, and the coach to give a platform to show what I can do. I thought I performed well in the 6 months that I was there, but I also feel like, not making excuses, but I didn't play the first half of the season. I didn't play at all. I was still trying to fine-tune my feet and get fit and everything during the games, and I got some assists, but I think I can do much better, you know, personally. So I hope this season, with the pre-season I'm doing now, I feel like I can have a really good season, you know. I'm definitely excited for it. I would say it has affected my career within club in Europe. Definitely the last club I was at in Portugal, but it definitely has affected it, for sure. Seen it clear as day, but that's kind of why I made the decision that I wanted to play, and that was the most important thing. I don't care about anything else. I mean, whatever people write and everything, I would say I'm a very simple person, you know. The same schedule kind of every day. I like to focus on football, you know. I don't like to focus on anything outside. Anyone that think any differently, they're wrong, you know. So that's just me, to be honest. I'm just focused on my football at the moment. This season, really, I'm excited for the season to start, because I feel good right now, and hopefully I can have a good season, you know.